All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I have the Spyderco Native 5 in the 40th anniversary edition. So we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this one. First of all, let's just do a quick size comparison up against some of his brothers. This is the Spyderco Shaman. As you can see, it's kind of like dwarf in it. And this is the Manix 2, also from Spyderco. Here you have something more comparable in size. That's the PM3, also from Spyderco. And this is your PM2, also from Spyderco. And let's just do another classic over here. That's the Benchmade 940-1. And yeah, let's start checking out the look of this guy. This is, you know, not your regular native from Spyderco. This is a sprint run. I believe there's around 400 of these made, so it's a limited edition, let's say. I believe the designer is Eric Glass, and this is made in the US, right over here in Colorado. And what is different between this and just the regular production version is going to be the handle and the steel. In fact, you have you know, this beautiful contoured and like fluted and precision machined carbon fiber scales. These are truly stunning. I mean, the work they've done here, it's fantastic. I just love this pattern over here. Has a nice texture, nice feel, and nice look. I'm a fan of this one. You see that this is, you know, resembling a little bit, you know, I think the Shaman just took, you know, something from this design. It's very similar, but, you know, very different knives. But you see, you know, the Native has it's pretty nice lines, very soft and sinuous. You know, I like this, you know, this side rounded off because it's gonna be like perfectly staying the palm of your hand. So beautiful design overall. You see that, you know, these grooves are very nicely milled, and you have a little bit of chamfering on the edges, but you don't have chamfering on the inside. You have some jimping over here, you know, on top and bottom in classic Spyderco style, and you have your lock release right over here. You have a nice cut out to, you know, release the lock back, which is, you know, this mechanism on the back, spring loaded, in order to, you know, let this tab to fill the gap in the tang of the blade, and therefore just locking the blade in place. So pretty solid and reliable mechanism. You've got your T10 and T8. T10 for the pivot, T8 for the handle screws, and you're gonna have like 3 T6 needed in order to disassemble the pocket clip. All the screws are stainless steel. They're not protruding whatsoever, which is beautiful. Like, it's fantastic. You know, it doesn't subtract anything from this pretty awesome design over here. I don't know about the disassembling on this guy because I didn't do it, so I cannot say if it's easy or not, but I assume it's not gonna be too difficult. You've got, you know, classic Spyderco pocket clip, just with a hole drilled in the middle to allocate your lanyard hole. And also something interesting, you know, of course, like this pocket clip is reversible. You can put it in 4 positions, so tip up, tip down, right or left carry. So it's going to be basically fully ambidextrous because of the nature also of the lock back. But what is to notice is that they added some threaded stainless steel inserts in these 4 positions, so you can securely attach the pocket clip in any of those spots. So pretty nice. Something that I'm not like a fan, you know, it's just the laser engraving of the blade, which, you know, it's a little bit strange, because like as you can see, like from this perspective, you barely see the number 40 and the Spyderco logo and the writing over here, but under some angles, like for example like this, it shows the number and doesn't show the etched pattern of the Damasteel. So it's very interesting. You see, this is like completely disappearing and just revealing the amazing pattern that this blade has. Look at that. So you can see like this blade is like perfectly centered, and you know, this is like a 3-inch blade or 76 millimeters. It's sporting like a beautiful Thor pattern for this spear point blade. You know, this is called you know, this is a martinistic Damascus, which means it's like a pretty incredibly hard form of carbon and iron that you know, the Swedish factory of Damasteel made, employing RWL 34 and PMC 27 steels to create, you know, to weld them together to create this amazing Thor pattern looking Damasteel blade. Just fantastic, guys. I truly am in love with this pattern here. Look at this. It's just phenomenal. The blade stock is relatively thin, and it ends up with a, you know, in a nice and fine tip. So, you know, this is not a huge knife, so it's gonna be perfect to do some precision carving work, especially because of the astounding ergos on this one. So you have a full flat grind going on over here. Grind symmetry, of course, it's perfect. Also the edge symmetry, if you check, it's spot on. And you have, you know, a nice profile overall, like belly up to this point, and then just like a, you know, like a flat up to here. And of course, there's no sharpening choil. You get a pretty nice and awesome sharpening choil jimped over here, jimping on top. You have this pretty sweet swedge going on down here. It's which rounds off, you know, a little bit the spine. You have, of course, your classic trademarked Spidey hole over here, and it's an overall beautiful spear point blade. I truly like this one. If you let's check out a little bit of the sound, because it's a lockback, so the sound it's gonna make is like this. This is a percussive and piercing and also sharp sound. Very solid. It doesn't echo. It's a solid solid cluck over here. When you close the blade, it's even more percussive. You see, it's a mix of a cluck and a thud, but also like it's very deep and also resounding, I would say. Very nice and solid feel you receive by listening to this sound. Very nice overall. The weight of this guy is 2.8 ounces, or like 79 grams, and the feeling in the hand is pretty spectacular. You have just a tiny bit of hot spot over here, because probably, you know, it's not a huge knife. So in my case, you see the pocket clip ends up just sticking a tiny bit right over there, but it's not a big deal. It's not like super sharp. Also, you have this amazing jimping over here in the spine and right here in the finger choil, which is gonna help you like choke up the blade and use like a more advanced position for your work. So it's gonna translate into an overall solid grip that you're gonna have holding this one. So pretty nice and reliable companion for your carving jobs. Texture is, as I said, it's very nice. It has a nice touch. You feel you know, every single groove they milled out over here. They machined it very nicely, and I don't see any gaps. Look at the back over here. they did a pretty spectacular job. Like it's absolutely flush, guys. Maybe a little bit here you feel a tad of a step, but guys, this is well done, I'm telling you. And you know, there's no blade play whatsoever. You have a very, very nice lock over here. Also, like, you know, this is your classic Spyderco clip with the, you know, classic spring tension, pretty nice clip ramp over here, mirrored on the back, so it's gonna be a breeze, like to hold for this clip to hold the knife in your pocket. Very, very nice retention for the clip. The speed of deployment is going to be relatively slow because, you know, this is a lockback. You can't like really like flick it open. You can just deploy with one hand like that, so it's going to be slow. Not really much of a finger sore because, you know, the radius, it's not extremely big, so you're going to be all right even if the hole is not like fully chamfered. The detent strength is very nice, you know, and has a pretty nice springy action, like you see up to here. So it's not gonna be an issue, and the lock is really truly like feeling really solid, guys. Also the tip is in a pretty safe recessed position, so you're not gonna be able to touch it. There's no rattling going on when you shake this guy, and you know, only thing is that you can deploy this guy with one hand, but actually there's no option, like unless you do this awkward movement in order to close the blade. So I would just suggest just to push down and just, you know, close the blade like that. Of course, you know, due to the nature of the lockback, I have no stick whatsoever in this guy, but you're not gonna have any free fall action when you're gonna release the blade, right? So it is very smooth, of course, if it's even, you know, it's running on washers, but you're not gonna have any free fall or any guillotine. Even if you're gonna shake this guy, it's not gonna go anywhere. You have to close it down with two hands, and you're gonna have this nice sound and feel when you're gonna be doing it. So overall, I truly like this this knife over here. It has a great ergo. The blade is fantastic. I wish maybe, you know, this 40 could be a little bit less obtrusive, but overall, you know, it's the only gripe I have on this one, because this is an overall astounding blade. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.